Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Chat with SEGi series. My name is CY, and I would like to warmly welcome all of you who have tuned in live with us at 11 o'clock this morning. And we're going to start off with our first topic in our series, and that is why study business and accounting program with SEGi. Before we go on, I just want to make sure you can hear me and you can see me clearly. So if you could hear me, if you could see me, can you type in the comments box? Yeah, if you can hear me, if you can see me, please type in the comments box. Please type yes, so that I know you can hear and see me. And for everybody's information, we are streaming live concurrently on 8 platforms. That is on the YouTube and Facebook accounts of SEGi College Kuala Lumpur, SEGi College Subang Jaya, SEGi College Penang, and SEGi College Sarawak in Kuching. So please also, if you're watching this, let us know where you're connecting from as well. Type in the comment section. If you're from Kuching, please do a shout out. If you are from the Klang Valley region, or if you're from Penang, or if you're watching overseas, we also have some international students who have registered for today's session. Please let us know as well in the comments section. But without further ado, let us jump into the topic of our first session today, and that is why study business and accounting with SEGi. The first speaker that I'm going to bring out today to introduce to everyone is none other than the CEO of SEGi Group of Colleges, Miss Stella Lau. So can we have, hi Miss Stella.
Hello, CY. Good morning.
Hello, very good morning.
Good morning,
Very good to have you.
students, parents who are tuning in.
Very well. And the second speaker that I want to bring out today is Miss Yok Ling, the Associate Dean for the Joint Faculty of Business at SEGi Group of Colleges. Good morning, Miss Yok Ling.
Good morning, CY. Good morning, everyone here.
Good morning. And last but not least, all the way from Penang, we have Dr. Vivian Ting, Head of the Faculty of Business and Accountancy. Hello, Dr. Vivian.
Hi. Good morning, CY, and good morning, everyone.
Okay, so the four of us here this morning, we're going to have some conversations about, why choose SEGi when you want to study business and accounting programs. And for today's show, I have actually collected a few questions coming from parents and students, some of them watching with us right now. Some questions from them to ask our panel of speakers. The first question is, let's talk about industry engagement. It's not something uncommon. In fact, if you look at majority of the colleges and universities offering business programs and things like that, you will see that they have some form of industry engagement, be it sending students off for internship, be it some certification and things like that. Ms. Yok Ling, could you share with us what is SEGi doing differently in terms of industry engagement?
Well, thanks, CY. Let me talk to the students. Students, hi. You may have already gone through a few institutions to ask for these programs, and you will wonder why. What is the difference of industry engagement, industry-driven syllabus? So over here in SEGi, we have actually involved the industry players, industry members to help to work the curriculums with us. So we actually develop with them, and then we have set up the assessments with the industry members. So the questions is very industry driven, it's their real life projects, and the students will be upon completion of the subjects, they will be getting certifications from the industry. So imagine that you are proposing a marketing plans for Realme and to sell their smartphone, and you are presenting your marketing plans to the marketing managers, the brand directors, and who will share their experience to your the comments on your plans, and then so that you are very well, you knows what's happening in the industry. So we will have a lot of industry members joining us on in our syllabus. So at the end of the programs, you will get a lot of certification from different industry. And then, for example, we have Realme, we have Malaysia Airlines. Imagine you are working, you're presenting a business plan to a Malaysia Airlines on whether they should do a new routes to another country. So you can also work with money to to sell their products. So at the end of the program, you will collect a lot of all these certifications, and you can prove to your employers that, look, I have involved in a lot of real life project with all these companies. So you are ready for any industry projects. Over to you, CY.
Okay, I see. So what you're saying is we don't just ship student off to the industry, but we actually bring industry into the classroom and have our students work and walk alongside industry partners.
Yes, we are bringing the industry to the classroom. So the students is not only learning theories, the concepts, they get opportunities to talk to the industry, mentored by them, and presents their ideas to them and gets collected by them as well. So they learn a lot of industry real life experience.
I see, and I think that is something different as well. Talking about the changing landscape, when we speak to parents, students, we realize that students nowadays, they are changing, learners are changing, and we realize that it's no longer enough for us to just assign them with a 6,000 words assignment and expect them to learn from it. Learning has to be fun, it has to be engaging. um, I'm wondering, Dr. Vivian, what is SEGi doing differently in terms of teaching and learning with our students? Dr. Vivian. Dr. Vivian, you are muted.
Sorry, we engage the different educational approach by employing the gamification technique in learning. The awarding of digital badges, we implement this would actually maximize the students' engagement, their enjoyment, and also capturing their interest to continue learning. So on other notes, this awarding system is a way of assessing our students and also motivating them to level up their skills and accomplishment in their academic performance. Okay, it's kind of fun to collect the digital badges. Yeah, for instance, a good listener, a best learner, or a great decision maker. All right, and with this, every small achievement can stimulate the students to move forward, and they don't give up things easily. Yeah. So see
I
what
see.
that's my core.
I see. Miss Stella, as CEO of SEGi Group of Colleges, what is your take on our approach towards students learning?
Hi, CY. What you said just now is very, very true. We are no longer in a generation where my generation is, where we think that when a student looks really stressed out, when they have this wrinkly forehead, furrowed brows, and then we think, okay, that's studying. That's all wrong already in this day and time, right? We want to see students having fun because we know they learn best when there's not so much mental pressure. And so we have injected into our curriculum things like what both Dr. Vivian and Yokling has stated, real life examples of learning. So when we teach them theory, students don't think, why am I learning this? Just like how they probably question when they have to learn things like geography and history and add maths in schools. When we teach theory alongside with some industry and we give them real life assignments and they have hands-on and they have interaction with a CEO, a chief marketing officer, they know, hey, this is how I'm going to apply these theories, apply this new knowledge, apply that new skills into my new workplace. So students, if you are learning now, if you're signing in now, what's really important is to have an education that not prepares you for the future, but that you're bringing the future right now into the classroom. You don't need to wait for the future. What you're studying now is applicable now. And that's what we want to do. So all that fun thing, I mean, there's been a lot of research about students really learn the best when they are having fun. And that's why we have esports, we have gamification, we have Sony PS5s in our campus. Without realizing it, a lot of students now learn performance under pressure. They learn grit. Once I start something, I will not give up because I will then let down my teammates. So without realizing this, these are all life skills that embedded into their whole learning experience. Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did. If you see Miss York Ling's screen is blank now, it's because she forgot to charge her laptop. She's going to charge it now. But we're not going to let that stop us. You see, in life things happen, right? But while we are at the subject of making learning fun, it is also interesting to note that students nowadays who are fresh out of SPM and high school, we realize that a lot of them has a lot of different interests. And for those of you who are watching now, you're a student, right? I'm very sure you also have, you're also at this crossroad where you think to yourself, I have a passion in, let's say, for example, early childhood. But at the same time, I also want to do business. But at the same time, I think I have some interest in engineering as well. There are so many different pathways. What am I going to choose? And let's say if I choose business, right, am I going to be stuck there forever learning business? I want to address this question to Miss Stella, and that is, when it comes to learners with different interests and learners that wants to learn things that are a bit more versatile, right? What is SEGi's take on this, catering to students with different interests?
Yeah, that's true. A lot of people, not just students, even adults, even people as old as I, right? We all have many, many interests. Many years ago, I remember that while I did a first degree in mathematics, I also auditioned for a degree in music. I wish I got a place, but I chose to do mathematics because I thought my career path would be more secured with a mathematics degree rather than a music degree. Whether that was a right or wrong decision, it is all in the past. But imagine if we had a curriculum that I could do both. And that's what we are designing for our students. We have a core discipline. So let's say you want to do business because you want to be a businessman, you want to be a CEO, a vice president of a huge company, and that's very well and good. But then you have all these interests that you want to experiment with, that you want to develop skills in. For example, psychology. For example, engineering, like you say. Is that going to be possible? Not all colleges offer it, to be honest, but in SEGi, it is very, very possible. It's embedded in, there's no extra credits to do to graduate. It's all within the graduating hours. So that's a wide range. I think as many as 130 different electives.
Yeah, so there are a lot of free electives that our student could choose from.
Yes.
Dr. Vivian, can you elaborate a little bit about the electives that we have in the SEGi programs?
Yeah, we do have like students can have electives, they can cross to other faculty, like for example, they can learn French. They can also learn like the hotel school, they can learn about the wine management. Then can also learn about the psychology program. Yeah, the psychology modules. And even early childhood, well, we talk about business, all right? If students, business students, now we talk about entrepreneurship, right? After they have graduated, in fact, well, maybe one day they want to set up their own business in early childhood, yeah, so they can actually embark on this. Yeah,
So
we can see
it's like enabling our student for cross-disciplinary learning and stuff like that. Miss Yorling is back. You forgot to charge your laptop, is it?
But so excited to see the students already.
Yeah, we were just talking about the electives that we offer in the group of colleges. So right now let's jump into another topic. You see, our panel of speakers here, they come from different places. Miss Yoling and Miss Stella is in Glen Valley. Dr. Vivian is from Penang, and I myself I came from Kuching. Let's talk about mobility program. You see, students nowadays, right? They prefer to not just learn in one location. And of course, truth to be told, when students come to the SEGi group of colleges, they realize, it's just a few buildings, right? Why do I not get a campus life? And I mean, these are very real questions that our students ask us. Miss Stella, what is your take on student mobility, and what do you think about, the campus lifestyle that we have in SEGi group of colleges?
Thank you, CY. Mobility is something that we started working on last year, and we wanted to launch it this year, but because there are still restrictions in travel, so we will wait until it's safe to travel, and then we will launch this in a big way. So why do we introduce mobility into all our programs? We are a group of colleges, and as you say, we come from different places. So for the SEGi group of colleges, we have a campus in Sarawak, in Kuching. We have a campus in Penang, right in the heart of Georgetown. We have a campus in Subang Jaya, a campus in Kuala Lumpur. All our curriculums that we are now talking about, our diploma programs, our foundation programs, our certificate programs, they are all similar. So because they are similar and the assessments are similar or exactly the same, we can then offer our students the opportunity to do one semester in Subang Jaya, one semester in Penang, one semester in Kuching. And if I were you, students, this is the greatest opportunity. No other college can say that they will give you this opportunity. Why I say it's a great opportunity for you is because you get out of your comfort zone, you meet new friends, you experience new lecturers, you experience new potential employers. Because in every place, there are different mix of friends, there are different culture. Kuching is a wonderful place to live in. I've stayed there for 17 years. It's really wonderful. I've also stayed in Penang for about 2 years. So the lifestyle, everything else that you can learn from just uprooting yourself from your home, from your parents, that itself is a huge learning experience. And if I were students, I would take great opportunity of this. But that's not the best. The best is our partner universities have also encouraged us to do this mobility, and they have also offered us 10 places a year for the University of Sunderland and another 10 places a year for the University of Greenwich. So what this means is that our students can go and spend one semester in the UK without paying additional tuition fees. Of course, they only pay for their living expenses, CY, but no additional tuition fees. And that is a huge cost saving. Not only about cost saving, it's the whole experience that we want students to really experience, to make new friends, to be really immersive in their learning.
Thank you, Miss Stella. I think it's really interesting, students get to transfer to different campuses at no additional cost to their tuition fee. That is something that I think a lot of institutions cannot offer, and we can only offer it because we have campuses all over Malaysia. Let's jump into the topic of, students, whether or not they should sign up now. You see the SPM result just released a few days ago. And I also want to take this opportunity to give a huge shout out to SPM leavers who are watching with us right now. Congratulations and good job. The Ministry of Education announced that this year we have some of the best, we are looking at some of the best results over the past few years. So we know the pandemic did not stop you from achieving. So good job, congratulations. And I want to talk to you about your future right now. And I believe many of you who are watching right now, you'll be thinking to yourself, hey, the government just started the vaccination program not long ago. I think we're at, I think about 7% vaccination rate right now. And it's already June. And many of you are thinking whether or not I should wait until January next year to start afresh to continue my studies. Miss Yoling, The question that I want to ask you on behalf of the students is it worth it to study now? When it comes, if they come in now, they have to do online learning. Is the experience full? What is it like to study now, and should they study now, Ms. Yot Ling?
Thank you, CY. This is a good question, actually. Uh, Last year, students asked the same questions to me as well. And this year, they are in their second year. Next year, they will be completing the whole programs and graduated. So, you asked me whether you should start now. So, I think the answer is very clear. You should start as soon as possible because you wouldn't know. Sometimes opportunity will come, and you may have a good opportunity which requires you to have the qualifications of let's say diploma, and then and during that time, if you hold this diploma, you can grab the opportunity and if you are ready. But if you delay your studies and then even though the opportunity comes, you may not be able to grab the opportunities because you don't have the qualification yet. So I will say take it as we always believe crisis is also an opportunity. So before COVID-19, I'm sure students to you for to attend the classes means go to school and attending the classes. And last year you have experienced online learning. So because of COVID-19, because of pandemic, gets to learn new technology and we get to live with a new normal. So this is very important because in future we are going to work in a new normal. How are we ready for that? So take this as opportunity to learn more things. Yeah.
Dr. Vivian, what is your take on this subject? Whether or not students should study now?
Yes, well, I do agree with Yok Ling's point of view. In fact, if you start early, you can finish early. Now, maybe, yeah, some of you are standing at the crossroad and feel not comfortable with the virtual classroom. But think positively, yeah. In fact, this virtual classroom is more flexible, okay? You have more flexibility where you can study anytime or you can study anywhere, all right? Now, in fact, online learning is also prepared students for future employability. I would say that, which means that you wouldn't know in the future work, all right, you may require to work anywhere, anytime in using different devices or the collaborative technologies. So why not you just experience this? It's a very good platform, okay? Even though it's a crisis, but then, yeah, there's a good opportunity for you.
Thank you.
And another point, yeah, maybe in the virtual classroom is also an international platform, learning platform, as what Ms. Stella just mentioned. All right, because in this online class, we will invite guest speakers, whether from the industry, local industry, or from the partner university. So you can actually have international experience through this online class. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Vivian. Miss Stella, you come up with the phrase "mask your face, not your future" for the SEGi group of colleges. Can you share with us what is that about?
Yes. In this pandemic, of course, I understand a lot of students and the parents are very concerned whether or not it's safe to come back and study, whether they should put on hold this very important decision. And it's because some people fear, maybe because of the experience in high school or secondary school, they are concerned or worried that I may not be able to learn as effectively as I would if I can come back physically to a college environment or a university environment. But I'd like to assure you that this is not 100% accurate. In fact, when we talk to our students, and the one who were ready to take the plunge, the one who were not masking their future, so they keep themselves safe, right? But their future should not be delayed or should not be compromised, because we really want them to start investing into their future right now. We really want them to say, let's not wait. If it were my children who were asking me this question, I would say, don't wait. Don't wait, just start studying now. And yeah, the advantages are so many, right? It is no longer confined to one classroom. We have opened up the borders virtually, so students can go live streaming into campuses within the group. They can even go into the campuses in University of Greenwich, University of Sunderland, and even these two universities who are our partner universities. They've even opened up their libraries. So students are not just confined pre-pandemic into just their local environment, but right now it is really all over the world. They make friends all over. I think that itself more than compensates the physical aspects of not being able to come to class. Yeah.
Thank you, Miss Stella. So this morning we have discussed a variety of issues, and right now I want to open the floor for Q&A. So if you're watching this right now, students and parents, if you have some questions for our panel of speakers, do type them in the comments section below. And to all of our speakers today, I'm going to throw in a surprise task for you this morning to sum up our discussion, and that is, if you were to give 3 reasons why students should study business with the SEGi group of colleges, right? What would it be? We're going to let the questions come in, and then after that, as we conclude today's session, you have to share your top three reasons. Yeah, we're going to start with Miss Yoling later, and then we'll probably go to meet Dr. Vivian and then Miss Stella. So you have some time to think about this. But right now, let's jump into the Q&A. So if you're watching this right now, students and parents, if you have any questions, feel free to type them in the comments box on YouTube or on Facebook. We are able to pick it up, and we're going to feature your questions. So while we are doing that, right, I would just like to acknowledge the people who are watching live right now. We see Edward, we see Finn, Lin, Jackie, Wallace, Kenny, Yong, who else? Jenny, Elsie, Kelvin. There are a few more. Eve, Jenny, Kwanzi, Chi San, who's our alumni. Hi, Chi San, good to see you. Steffi, and a few more. So if you have questions, please type them in the comments section. But if not, we are going to start with Miss Yoling. 3 reasons why students should study business with SEGi group of colleges.
Okay. If you will ask me the 3 reasons, I will choose the first one is the industry syllabus, which I don't see that I can find it anywhere else that who works in the industry so closely and gets to have real life experience with the industry. And the second point that I will say is on the multidisciplinary, where I get to learn something differently than business programs, and also I get the chance to know more people, build up my network during my study. So eventually we can tap on each other's strength and work on the project or start a business. The third point that I will choose will be on the international classroom, where I can get to know friends from overseas and I get to know their culture, and especially during this point of time, globalization is the word, and then we need to know a lot of cultures from different countries, and we get to know more friends, and the network will be very huge.
Thank you, Miss Yoling. Before we jump to Dr. Vivian, we have a question from Hassan Tariq, and I think he's an international student. He said, hi, I hope all of you are doing fine. When possibly the physical classes will be open for international students? Who would like to take this question? Please put up your hand. Okay, that's a bad question to ask. Oh, okay, Miss Stella, thank you. I was about to say Malaysians, we shouldn't ask, we shouldn't ask people to volunteer,
Hi,
but
Hassan. Hi, Hassan. The real answer is we don't know because we don't know when the borders will reopen. We are hoping that it will be by the July intake, but that's going to be next month. And at this moment, it doesn't seem very probable. So I would think more likely the date would be in September for the September intake for physical classes. But it really all depends on the situation. We all know that the war with COVID-19 is not over yet. Everybody is doing their part, but things are uncertain, it's unpredictable. So let's all hope for the best. And I really hope to see you soon.
Hassan, hi Hassan,
yes,
I would love to have you in the college, to see you in the college. We love to see our students in the college, but I think safety is still our main concern. We want all our students to be safe, so we still have to follow the SOP. But nevertheless, we still can see you virtually.
thank you, Miss Yotling and Miss Stella. Next up, we have a question from Lee, and I would like to direct these questions to the Associate Dean as well as the Head of Faculty of Business, Miss Yotling and Dr. Vivian, and that is, how do you make sure your subject and content can bring students closer to the industry? I guess what he's trying to ask is, how do you make sure that our subjects and content are industry relevant? Dr. Vivian.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, good questions. All right. Right here, as from the first questions, Ms. Yoling has already disclosed that we have the industry engagement. Now, even here in Penang, okay, we do have modules like we work together with the industry, work and learn together. So there's our coursework will be assessed by the industry. All right, that means the assignments questions will come from the industry. You will learn the practical. All right, the what are the industries markets demand. Now, on the other hand, we also have our curriculum review. All right, we do it under our CQI annually. So we have the industry advisor always to update us about the latest market trends and what are the competence they are expecting from our students. So we will improve our syllabus from time to time.
Thank you, Dr. Vivian. Miss Yotling, what's your take on this?
Okay, thank you. On top of Dr. Vivian, I think I give an example will be easier to maybe CQ will get better understanding. For example, if you are in the program called consumer behavior, in the subjects called consumer behavior, and we are working with, for example, Realme on to help them to promote their handphone, their smartphone, and then the students are supposed to do a research to see, okay, in what age group of consumer will like this type of smartphone. And then they will have to do a proposal, strategies to approach this target market and present their plans to the Realme's directors and managers to get their buy-ins to their plan. So the directors and the managers from Realme, they will contribute, they will comment on your plans and say, okay, look, you need to add in some components to make it more attractive. So from that interactions, you get to know what's happening in the industry, and you will learn more from the industry members.
I see. Thank you, Miss Yotling. I guess in short, it is, we get industry to help us design the curriculum and the assignments, right? Moving on, we have another question from, I guess, another international student asking us let me bring it up. Okay, Miranda Hung asks, are you enrolling overseas student during the pandemic? If you are, then what is the current arrangement like? Miss Stella?
Yes, we are enrolling international students during this pandemic. And as I think somebody just said just now, that the classes are all held virtually, whether you're overseas, international, or local students, all the classes are online. Um, and did somebody mention just now that we are using Blackboard as our platform? Blackboard being one of the most powerful, maybe the most powerful learning management system in the world. It's very interactive. Students get to engage with each other. They get to engage with their lecturers. Obviously, because it's online, it's 24/7. Resources are available there, videos. They can submit their assignments online. They can submit their videos online. So everything is done so easily and seamlessly. So yes, we are continuing to enroll students overseas or locally and all on a virtual platform.
Thank you, Ms. Stella. At this point, I would like to bring up a PowerPoint that I have prepared. There are some questions. I'm very sure there are some students who are a bit shy to ask questions. So what we have prepared is a QR code and a link for you to scan and inquire and ask your question, right? So it's coming up right now. So if you have a question, feel free to reach out to us, scan the QR code on the screen, or you could go to bit.ly/ask SEGi, bit.ly/ask SEGi. Our admin is going to post this at the comments box right now. So that is that. So leave this, admin, if you could just leave this slide up on the screen while we go to meet Dr. Vivian from Penang. 3 reasons why students should study business with SEGi. Dr. Vivian.
All right. First is about okay. We do have business and accounting. Okay, we have these 2 streams now. First is we have the subject expert from the accounting, so you can learn from the best. All right, we have the chartered accountant, the taxation expert. All right, and also the qualified auditor. Okay, so and secondly, in our modules, all right, all our modules are quite up to date. For example, we have like IR 4.0, we do have like growth mindset, technopreneurship. Those are the very contemporary modules. Yeah. And another whereas our teaching methodology, our teaching methods, we scaffold our students to be an autonomous learner, right? We make them think, they are able to think on their own and make the decisions and solve the problem on their own. Okay, so I think these are the benefits that the students study with the SEGi.
I see. Thank you, Dr. Vivian. And moving on to Ms. Stella, what are the 3 reasons why students should study business with SEGi?
Can I only give you 3 reasons? There's so many reasons. Of course, some of them have been said quite well by both Dr. Vivian and Ms. Yok Ling. So I just like to say, from a quality point of view, we don't compromise on quality. Although I've said many times we want to bring the fun into learning, but it's not just fun without an outcome. We have recently relooked again our track record because we wanted to recognize some students, and we realized that when we look at the 3 years past track record, most of our first class honors students, and they came from average academic background, which means most of them scored 3 A's, 4 A's, 5 A's, and some were just 1 or 2 A's in SPM. Which means that this system, this method of teaching, the curriculum, it empowers students or it inspires students to want to learn more. And that's what we want to do. We want to inspire their learning and we want them to reach their maximum potential. We don't believe that your history defines your future. We believe that the minute you come into our doors, your journey starts now. Forget what has happened. Forget whether you are good in maths or good in English. We will inspire your learning. So a lot of things have been talked about that. So that's the part on quality. Of course, the other things as well, we are fully accredited. We've got MyQuest 6 stars in most of our colleges. So all that part is awarded by an external party. So we are very proud of that. The other thing, of course, is that we have had so many great, successful alumni, and some of them have become really successful CEOs, not only in Malaysia, but abroad as well. And some have gone into CSR and to serve the community. Some have gone into their own businesses, and we are very, really proud of their achievement. So that's the second reason. And the third one is that whenever you choose a college, we look at the environment, the students that you will be rubbing shoulders with. You look at the teachers who will be teaching you. And I say this with a lot of pride that our lecturers have a lot of passion, and I can see that when they go into the classrooms or when they're teaching virtually, it is everything that they have. The whole system just focuses on let's make this student the best success story. And the students themselves, they collaborate really well. There's a lot of teamwork when they do assignments together, and they really enjoy learning. So, and when we look at our students, the first thing we also say is, will we hire our own product? Will we hire our own students? And some people, some colleges, of course I will not say who, they might not. But look at the panel that we have. See why you are a product of SEGi College Sarawak. And we are so proud to have you as our colleague. And so is Yok Ling. And a lot more others who have gone through our education system. And we are so happy to have you that we take you in. So that I think speaks volumes about the quality of our own product.
Thank you, Miss Stella. We have come to the end of our chat with SEGi episode this morning. So for those of you who are watching right now, right, if we, the chat with SEGi series is going to go on today and tomorrow. That's on the Saturday and Sunday. Immediately after this, we are going to have a session about law. And then after that, so that is going to be at 1 to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Immediately follow is the Faculty of Education, and then Psychology, and then IT. Tomorrow on Sunday, we're going to start off at 11 o'clock with the American Degree Program. After lunch at 1 o'clock, it would be, we're going to talk about occupational safety and health. After that is engineering, and after that is creative arts and communication. So if any of these fields of study interest you, do stay tuned and stay very, very close and follow all of our social media accounts. And yeah, we're going to end our session this morning. Once again, if you have any question, please reach out to us by going to the bit.ly link that we shared just now. It's bit.ly/ask-SEGi, bit.ly/ask-SEGi. And yeah, I'll see you in the other session. So thank you once again to our panel of speakers, Miss Stella, Dr. Vivian, and Miss Yok Ling.
Thank you very much. I hope you all enjoyed the session.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Siwan.
Thank you, Miss Stella. Thank you, everyone. And to parents and students who are watching right now, stay tuned, stay safe, and we'll see you in the afternoon. Bye-bye.